Welcome to Nireside Chats.
Hey, it's your boy.
Oh, God. No.
We're not doing any, no characters today. Ian's not here, so he kind of ruined everything.
Well, no, that's not what ruined it. A storm of epic proportions ruined it.
That's true.
We were supposed to do Nire on Thursday and record everything, and then tornadoes touched down and threw the world into a tizzy.
And I got taken to Oz, and so I wasn't even on this plane to be able to record with everybody.
Those are some nice shoes that you brought back, though.
Thank you.
Pretty
I really
sparkly.
like them.
Those are not from Oz. Those are from...
I have to try to make sure I don't accidentally click my heels together.
Well, I mean, like 2 would be fine, but then once the third one hits, we're in trouble.
Beetlejuice.
Ah, who's that guy?
Ew.
Hey.
So we're hanging out today. We're having a little behind the scenes chat. I have a couple questions right now, but nothing like super prepared. So,
Okay.
my biggest question though is like, how have you guys seen your characters change since like episode 1? Because I recently went back and listened to episode 1, and we didn't all have the same grasp on like who everyone was and all of that at that point. But I'm interested to see from your perspective, like what kind of interesting things you guys have found out about your characters, or like how storylines that you like have that you think that have been important to them, or ways that they've changed since you kind of first imagined them.
I think Bijou, before the adventure would have officially started, was very happy being alone and like being the sort of traveling performer and sort of making superficial connections with audiences before leaving, and having friends and having a family because they don't ever remember really having one, I think has made them more careful because they don't want to lose them.
Interesting.
Reeve.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I wasn't ready.
Reeve, I think he had that falling out with his family over the kind of troubling past he had, and then he went and became like a paladin, like basically vowing not to be a criminal anymore, and became involved in the guild and all that stuff before meeting the party. And then I think he was in that kind of transition period of trying to figure out like, where does he really belong? Like, does he really belong with his family? Like, he doesn't really feel like his family is there. Like how like black sheep kind of feeling. And I think being along with a couple other black sheep like kind of helped him feel a little more easy. It helped him feel like he had a group of like a family again too, in a way similar to Bijou. But I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good way to say it, I guess.
Yeah. You don't need to cry about it. It's yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm I'm not
just
crying. I'm just
It's
furrowing
just
my
the
eyebrow.
tears rolling down the face. What about Tatsuo? How have things changed for you?
So in the beginning, I was honestly roped into this. So I was like, what can I do to make myself enjoy this experience? So I created a samurai person because it just seemed like the coolest subcategory of person. Does that make sense? Like the subcategory of fighter.
Yeah, it's what you were most interested in.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. And then
That's how most people create their characters, is they find the class that they're most interested in, and then they go at that.
so then I was like, okay, well, she's feral. And then that's pretty much what she just was in the beginning. And then as things went along, we developed like a backstory for her. And like, I tried to make her a little more nuanced. So now she, like in the beginning, she would just like charge into stuff without thinking about it. So now I'm trying to think about it more, like what she's doing. So she's trying to be more careful and learn the control, because that was her goal the whole time, to like become stronger, learn better control, so she could take revenge on her enemies. But I think now it's evolving beyond the revenge, because like it's this whole other plot, like save the world scenario. But I think she's about to go through another little growth spurt because we're going back to Easton.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just see.
Also, Ian, as we mentioned, is not here. And we all know he doesn't ever listen to any of the episodes or anything. So if anyone has anything they want to say about him, now's your chance to air it out.
Oh, like Ian as a person?
Oh,
or
yeah.
his character?
Either
Let's
one.
talk crap about Ian.
Ian's fun to play with.
I'm just kidding. We don't have to.
You know, he's fun. I think Harry is a very unpredictable character.
Yeah.
Has been, always will be.
I think that is just a reflection of Ian's personality. He
Yeah.
seems to be very unpredictable.
When I've tried to describe him to people, I've like said he's like Deadpool, but if Deadpool was like just a normal guy,
Oh, that's funny you'd say that.
like with no powers, he's just like a dude.
Because when I originally thought of Reeve, I actually was inspired by Deadpool, not just the movie, but the character Colossus, because of how much he wanted to just go by the rules, and he was Russian, so that's what inspired the name Reeve Vitevich Kolosevsky.
Yeah.
And I thought that's kind of funny.
We were watching Detective Pikachu last night, or a couple nights ago, and I was like, oh, it finally clicked. I was like, oh, Ian is Ryan Reynolds. I understand now. He's like Ryan Reynolds doing a voice.
But with no hair.
Yeah, with no hair and a big old
Well, he
beard.
has hair. It's just in a different spot.
Yeah, it's in his face.
All
like
his head hair
beard.
moved to his chin.
Yeah.
It just kind of sunk down.
And his upper lip.
But not like above the lip, like the actual lip. Like he has a
It's
really
like
high
a
lip.
Okay, I will also
Gross.
say that I've seen a photograph of Ian when he was in 7th grade, and he had a full mustache
In 7th grade.
in 7th grade.
Wow,
So
that's impressive.
yeah, I was like, what am I looking at right now?
I think the thing that I really like about playing with Ian is that he really has no fear. Like if his choice ends in his death, he would not have any regret. And that's actually something I think, just as a player, I've learned more from him of like, it's fine. Like if you die, it's fine. Like make a good story and make choices that would, like, don't be held back of like, oh no, what if I lose my character?
Yeah.
Just make the choice that your character would do. And
Yeah, he's got
However it
5
turns
other
out.
Fearbulk druids stacked up.
yeah, Larry, Perry, Terry, Jerry.
You never
and
know.
Barry.
You could have a lucky rope. That's like my favorite moment, like from the whole thing, is like when Tatsuo was falling, and then I was like, wait a minute, I still have that lucky rope, and everyone was like, oh yeah, you do. And then Jay rolled a nat 20 for it, so it like worked out perfectly that it caught her, and that was fun.
Yeah. I think he also challenges me. And we're talking about him like he's dead. He's not dead. He's just working. But
Which is basically the same thing, but
yeah,
you know.
might as well be dead. But I think he like challenges me like because I think he's concerned about like being bored. Like if he sits for too long and nothing happens to Harry, he'll be like, yeah, well, Harry's going to go do this thing. And I'm like,
He's just gonna go walk into the ocean.
He also questions you a lot
yeah,
because he likes to DM a whole lot too.
no, he doesn't. It's
Well,
never
he has done it. So then he'll be like, "Are you going to do that, Jay?" I think you cut out a lot of it, but it happens. It's funny.
because it aggravates me.
Ian's aggravating everyone. No.
But in a good way. I think it makes it funny.
Yeah.
My favorite, one of my favorite moments of like seeing someone like experience the show, because like I show certain episodes to some people, sometimes they get feedback. And one time I was showing someone the episode where like Ian came in before it was released.
My favorite one to show people.
Yeah.
Is like start there. Like that's really when the
Really?
show starts. Yeah.
I see, like they had heard the other ones, but I showed them this one before it was released, and they were like as soon as he came in, I just cut out the section where he came in and was like cursing all the time, and it was all bleeped out, and they were just like cracked up, like they were dying laughing.
It really became a whole different show when he came on, and in a really good way.
I do have to say that I appreciate the episode before that with the gnomes. As we named them, like...
That was like the first episode.
Yeah, that part's funny. But then everything else. You can skip like after it. It's funny.
Yeah, just start in episode 1, skip to
Skipped.
episode 5 or 6 or whatever it was, and then skip to, I don't know, after all the what was the Softail stuff. That got a little monotonous after a while.
So much soft hill.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
That's my family you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's fine.
My brother.
It's okay. We're very boring. It's just a natural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we're exploring whole new areas,
Yes.
and it's exciting. What was the other thing that I wanted to ask you guys? I completely forgot. Oh, I have gotten, like, I talk to a lot of people who listen to the show, whether it's they're like messaging me or like talking in person and stuff. And I think like it's funny how everyone has such strong opinions about y'all's characters.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Can you share some
Like
of these?
someone will be like, "Oh my
I'm
God,
afraid.
Reeve is my favorite character. I don't understand. Like, I hate Tatsuo. I hate so." Or like someone will be like, "Oh my gosh, Tatsuo is my favorite character. Reeve is so boring." Or like everyone has like such strong opinions, and everyone has a favorite. And like everyone, it's so funny that like everyone has, like each of you have fans, but like your fans don't like any of the other characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
no.
say like Tatsuo is a very strong personality and she does like nonsense. So
Yeah.
someone who is probably more serious minded would be like, shut up, stop doing nonsense. So I can see that.
I feel like the more artistic end of the listener group really likes Reeve, because I've gotten several fan arts with Reeve. Well, I've gotten a couple with just Reeve. I've also gotten a couple group ones that were like not finished, but everyone starts with Reeve. I don't know if it's just because everyone has the best picture of your character in their head, or if it's like,
I think it's because you start small, and then you work your way up.
I've made some
Stature-wise.
fan arts of
I don't
us.
think people are quite sure what Bijou looks like any given moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I have some idea of it is because I've tried to draw Bijou, and you've told me several times that it's wrong.
Well, it's just the hair because you were like, it's like Bowie, right? And so you drew Bijou with the Ziggy Stardust hair. I'm like, no, not Ziggy Bowie. I'm talking like Man Who Fell to Earth Bowie, like low album cover Bowie with like the orange hair with like the straw blonde in the front,
Yeah.
like that boy cut. No eyebrows
Yeah.
and
That's the
Rail
most
thin.
terrifying part. No
Yeah.
eyebrows.
no eyebrows.
It's crazy how just not having eyebrows makes someone Looks so different.
Yeah.
But see,
Don't
that
try
it
it.
gives Bijou the flexibility to draw them on, or wear like
that hairy?
It's everybody.
like fuzzy eyebrows, like for Oakengut or something.
Yeah, that's true. You got a whole like case of different eyebrows to wear.
Yeah, Bijou is like, has a very advanced disguise kit that's ever growing. Like I'm always shopping for costumes, and that's like the whole fun of Bijou is like when they studied to do this and to take on the guises of other people, they sort of became the ultimate blank slate. Like everything about them is designed to be changeable and easy to mold.
You got your case of Stan Sitwell eyebrows and facial hairs and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Got several wigs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man,
And
now
it's
I
great
need to make
because
a wig shop.
yeah, because whenever I pack things up, I just shove it all into one small bag. But I can use prestidigitation to like smooth it out.
That's true.
So that's
Make
why
it all
that
wrinkly.
cantrip is like really needed.
That's why you've been searching forever for a bag of holding, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice actually. We should get one or a portable
Life goal.
hole.
Portable hole would be good.
I mean, I think everyone already kind of has a portable hole, but a D&D portable hole would be would be good.
Okay.
She's talking about a bum.
No, is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about the prison purse? Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, that's confirmed.
Oh Lord.
I didn't say anything.
don't
I
know where
said
this
it.
is going. So, what is Aaron? You've already stated yours, but so far, and I know I've asked you guys this on like a behind the scenes talk before, but in case it's changed, favorite part so far for your character?
Oh yeah, I did say the lucky rope.
My horrible miscalculation of how far away from the bullet I should have been.
That's like my favorite, most recent part too, just
Yeah.
because like at least for me, and I don't know if I was like painting enough of a word picture, but like I could just see the whole thing in my head of like it like diving in slow motion and
Yeah.
like latching on, and then like it felt very cinematic.
Bijou's always really careful because Bijou is the squishiest of the group. Like Bijou cannot take several hits.
Well, and also like the most vain and would
Yeah.
deal with scars the least.
Yeah. And that was not at all what I expected to happen.
I was reflecting on our battles just recently, and I was like, we always try to not be in the battle, and then we end up in the battle. Like every time. We try really hard to not be in the battle, and then we end up in the battle.
That's not true. You got away from the chimera.
Yeah. But like usually that's not
You're
the case.
welcome. You are so welcome.
So I think Tatsuo might just start like chop chop, get that like burst attack in like right away because we're gonna do it anyway. So plus I think that fits with her character better than being like, ooh.
I am really glad at one point, and I can't remember if we recorded this or not, but that most of you guys admitted to having a backup character. So that gave me a lot of freedom to not have to be afraid of fudging things and like let's make this a story the way that is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Well, better get on that soon.
Yeah. You're gonna need one.
There's some stuff coming up.
Oh God.
Yeah, my backup character like is very different. Like totally different. And I would not be upset to have to play my backup character. Even
Yeah.
though I would greatly miss Bijou because Bijou's so fabulous
Yeah.
and just so good looking.
Yeah. Well, there is always a at this point an alternate time reality. So if we
Oh,
ever get
God.
to a point where like if we ever get to a point where we're doing like live shows or anything, I think we can just use that alternate time and, do whatever we want in it.
I have a backup character as well, but he's also very different. I don't know. Yeah,
I've-
Amy knows like the idea, but I don't know if
I've played other characters that are like the literal opposite of Tatsuo.
You've played one other character.
Yeah, because I was roped into this. It was
Oh my
like
gosh, stop saying that.
It's true. I was a half elf person who was very like put together and like she was like the leader of the group because I was playing with Ian and our friend John.
And me.
Right. And you were playing this crazy character named Terrence, and it was like herding cats to get them to go anywhere as like a uniform group. So I was like, like the whole time trying to organize everyone. And this time I said, I don't want that responsibility. Don't want it. So.
To say my favorite part so far, it's got to be like the interaction with the vampire guy.
Oh yeah.
With Ian. That's like as far as battle's been fun, like, but I think the role playing aspects stand out more to me.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty fun.
But that's my profession too.
Oh, just like dichotomy of a vampire being a vampire hunter, and you're like, I'm like, I don't know who to hate. It's like, have you ever seen Parks and Rec? I know I keep making a lot of pop culture references here, but there's an episode of Parks and Rec where Ron meets another guy that's also like a Parks guy, and at first he seems like really cool, and Ron's like, yeah, libertarian, because that's how Ron is. And then later the guy like comes out as like a yogi and like liking being barefoot and nature, and Ron's like, ugh. Anyway.
So you see Reeve as Ron Swanson?
No, not at all.
Here's a great question. If you had to pick a character from pop culture that lines up with your character, who would it be?
Oh God.
You already got one.
Amy's already got one. We already know that.
Bowie.
Well, we've already kind of stated that actually. Colossus from Deadpool.
Yeah, that's true.
What
about Tatsuo? You have one?
I just thought of someone.
Beatrix Kiddo?
No.
Oh.
Beatrix
Has anyone
Potter.
here watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, there's a character in there called Toph, and she's an earthbender, and she's like really uncouth, but like really powerful. So, yeah. It's a really great series.
I've
Shout
heard a
out
lot
to
of good
that.
things about it. I just haven't watched it.
It's so good. The movie is just awful.
The best thing I've ever seen.
No, the movie is
You're talking about
just
the
awful. The M. Night Shyamalan experience.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh no, I was talking about Avatar, the cinematic masterpiece.
Are you talking about the blue Avatar?
Yeah,
They're
that's what
releasing
Oh, that
two,
one?
actually.
That's actually like a quasi. Yeah, okay. That's the same universe. That's cool.
No.
Yeah, it's the same story. It's
Oh yeah, like Aang and everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Toph is a little more serious than Tatsuo, though. She doesn't have like the ridiculous bent.
She doesn't have the detective side to her.
No. She doesn't need to. She just like rolls up and like pow pow because she's like super strong. But she actually does become a detective when she's an adult, according to the legend of Korra. So who knows?
All right. Well, what do you guys think? You guys have any questions for me or for each other? Or for...
What's the end game here, Jay?
Yeah.
Well,
What will our next encounter be? Just kidding.
Tell us everything.
I want to be surprised.
you gotta define the seven sons.
Let's
Apparently there are
see.
8.
There are 8.
That's what we just learned.
Yeah, but
I think I have a theory. I think that one of the 7 sons that we need is going to be like a dead end. Like their line will end and we won't have them. And we'll have to like go to the evil 8th son, try to win them over.
Or we could force them to submit.
And with my like plus like 9 persuasion or whatever I have at this point, I might be able to actually pull that off.
I also have like +7 intimidation, so maybe that'll help too.
Yeah, but your intimidation rolls never work.
Oh, can I ask this?
My time will come. Okay, just I'm getting all the bad ones out now until it counts, and then
Okay.
and then we'll get the good ones.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, me too.
What's your question?
He said with sweat dripping down his eyebrow.
I don't know if we've explicitly said this on mic, but does everyone remember Neiman?
Who's Neiman?
How could we forget?
Jay told me that he was supposed to be the original.
Why?
Wow.
We did talk about this already, and I don't want to keep talking about it.
I have a question, but it
Okay.
needs context.
No, it doesn't need context.
Yes, it does.
Ask a question.
Neiman was the original big bad, and then Tatsuo just chopped him in half with assistance. But what can you reveal any details from the original story that do not directly conflict with this current story?
No.
Yeah, we can wait till afterwards to do that. That's a good
I
time.
was
to
just
talk.
wondering if you had to like do a complete 180 on it, or you kind of changed some things around.
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, but it is fun to finally be able to get the things like the things about like the Assassin's Guild, like that whole situation where like Ian the player didn't remember the clues that I had left like
Yeah, he
like a
doesn't
year and a
know.
half ago. Because I'd like planned this all out like probably like 2 years ago or more at this point. And so it was cool to finally be able to like pepper those things in of like, yeah, this was like when I was being super, super cryptid and
Cryptid.
cryptic and like super planning things out in the beginning. And I was dropping little hints everywhere. Like now it's fun to be able to kind of start peppering those things in and, looking forward to like other things that are going to be like that you guys have experienced and seeing kind of start to come around and be uncovered.
So, talking about like Ian not like picking up on the clues.
Yeah.
I run a D&D club with my students.
Yeah.
And one of the really quiet students is a warlock, and I decided that like things were going to start with his patron
Hmm.
as far as like main story stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've been giving him these dreams,
Yeah.
like, but I haven't told everybody. I've just told him, you
Mhm.
know, and I'm waiting for him to like mention them because nothing's really going to start until like
Yeah.
they act on it. So I'm just like, there's like a little ticking time bomb that I'm waiting to go off.
I was, there's a lot of things that Ian knew in the beginning that you guys didn't know that were very important. And some of them have come out. And I'm also, I thought for a long time that he was just being cagey, you know?
Yeah.
He just doesn't know.
Now I'm pretty convinced that he doesn't remember anything that we did. And so I might need to be more explicit with things.
Yeah. He doesn't know.
But yeah.
Mhm. That's funny.
But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to like find the rest of the suns. I think we're like, now that you're up in the north, like past the mountains, I think things are going to go faster because you don't have as many like connections, like historical connections or friend connections
Yeah.
yet.
Like if you can like maybe hold off on killing more of Reeves' family members and dragging us all the way back to Soft Hill again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Maybe we could actually, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Reeve, you remember that great aunt that you had?
We've
Oh,
only
you mean
I gotta go back to Soft Hill again. Oh, God.
You remember your mom that we've never mentioned? Well, she was still alive.
But not anymore.
what I
No, she
will
did.
say is if this what's his name?
Bill
No, the Easton guy that
Byung Ho.
yeah.
Yeah,
If-
you've been trying to ship this imaginary character.
I know, but it has to line up just right. If it won't line up just right, it's not happening.
Aaron, you can't force love.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
It just
Tatsuo
happens.
might potentially be interested depending on his warrior
Just
skills.
ask Reeve. He's been trying to run away from his experiences with Steven for most of his life, but he can't.
It's been a very confusing journey. You don't want to do that. Not to yourself. You'll lose sleep.
We'll just see how it goes. I just think she would appreciate someone who's very warrior minded.
If you keep airing that out, He's just gonna make him a total jerk.
Yeah, he's gonna be
That's
Steven all
true.
over
Or
again.
maybe he's not interested in women.
That could be also.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just not interested in love.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just interested in killing.
Maybe once he meets Bijou, his heart will just
Oh
awaken.
my.
Maybe he'll become a bard.
Maybe
and-
you'll have some competition there.
I mean, I wouldn't expect
Bijou's got
that
a
he
little-
would like her very much.
Bijou's got a
considering-
little thing with,
I mean,
with
Reeve's
Roman,
interested
right?
in warriors.
they've got a little flirtation going on.
A little flirtation, but that's pretty much normal for Bijou.
Hmm.
Again, I'm going to just throw it out there. I will gladly create an NPC to flirt with any of your characters. So much fun for me.
The Bijou very much enjoys their interactions with Roman, but who I really think Bijou misses the most?
Byung Ho.
Is it
No.
Davis?
Remember that creepy guy that let us use his carriage to get to Prime?
Oh, yeah.
Bijou's just been thinking about that day.
Well, we.
So odd.
Well, she also hasn't met the fishmonger yet. Or Bijou hasn't met the fishmonger yet.
That's true. Be still, my heart.
Isn't the fishmonger married? Or in
Yeah.
a relationship with the person at the tavern?
It's a minor detail.
There's no ring on
Is
it.
there a ring? Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm actually like, as far as bards go,
Yeah,
Bijou
no.
is not Bijou will pull strings if needed, like if it's good for the group, but Bijou is not your typical tries to seduce everything bard.
Our
Yeah.
friend John definitely
And
was.
there's a reason for that. I'm not going to tell you, but
Oh.
there is a reason for that. There's a lot you guys still don't know about Bijou.
I'm beginning to think there's also, I don't know. I thought I knew everything, but I guess not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Well, you were not privileged to information that I have.
Okay.
I have to keep secrets.
I never said I knew everything.
Oh, well, I know everything going on. I don't need any of you. Just kidding. Don't kill me.
Something else that I wanted to talk about like how your characters have changed. I think initially when we were first starting the show and first airing the first probably 10 episodes, the feedback that I was hearing from people was like, why is Reeve the paladin? He's so wishy-washy. Tatsuo should be the paladin because she doesn't change her mind about anything. And I think that has I think your paladinness has come forward more in your ties to your family and your ties to hatreds of vampires. And I think you're more your I don't know if it's your oath necessarily, but your desire, your what's the word I'm looking for? Stubbornness is more around, I think, what you think to be right or wrong, whether it's the law is right or wrong or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like your family ties and your relationships, I think are what you hold true to and what you hold stubborn and passionate about. And I think that's been really interesting to kind of uncover more and more.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, a lot of it has to do with me never playing a paladin before.
Yeah.
So this is the first time. And I think for me as a player, I feel like I learn from example and learn from experience more than I can from just on paper, he's supposed to be this way. It's hard to kind of fill that out sometimes when you're playing. But I think it also plays into showing how Reeve is kind of developing, because he's not used to being around other people making other decisions. So he's not actually had to push back against decisions before, or you know what I mean? So it's new for him, I think. And I think it's kind of, he's learning as well as me.
and you guys started at level 1. So it makes sense that you would become more and more passionate about these things as you level up.
And Tatsuo is not religious.
Okay.
She's deeply suspicious of religion.
She's deeply suspicious of everything.
Yes, but particularly religion.
Okay.
So that's just her character. So she wouldn't be a paladin.
Well, I think the idea was more that you
Just like the personality. They're speaking more to the personality of the character.
Yeah, we're like stubborn and not like.
I mean, it's part of her personality to like not trust stuff like that and kind of like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would still say that's true.
Yeah. Well, but also that Tatsuo has changed a bit. You're like trying the whole talking thing now, and like.
Trying this whole talking thing. Yeah, she definitely talks a lot more.
Yeah.
She's not always good at it, but
There's also a question that I have is like there are times where I'm not sure if it's Aaron talking or Tatsuo talking, but it sounds like it's Tatsuo talking, but you're saying like Tatsuo, blah, 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 blah. So I'm wondering if Tatsuo just speaks in third person a lot.
no, it's just because I'm not super comfortable role playing.
that'd be
That's
funny.
really it.
That'd be funny.
I'm not as good at it.
I think it would be funnier if Tatsuo
Yeah, I
spoke
think that
in
would
third
be
person.
that'd be a good one.
Okay, we can just say that's the case.
we could use that. Oh, that's funny.
Tatsuo wants the eggs and bacon.
And eggs and bakey.
Sure, she does.
Oh, okay. Weird that you say her name like that, but
Yeah,
fine.
I think because I started playing D&D and like that first game we did, I don't think everyone was like in character the whole time, and like that's not something that comes natural to me. Is like just being in character. So then like here a lot of people are in character a lot. So then it's like I'm the one that's like not playing that way. So
Yeah. Well,
it's not comfortable. So I'm trying to like ease into it more.
what are y'all's favorite NPCs that you've met? Either so, who's your character's favorite or who is your favorite? And they might be different answers. I don't know.
My character's favorite would be Robin
Yeah,
because there's a history there. And there's like a great respect and like the mentorship and stuff. I'd have to think about my favorite NPC.
I'd have to say that my favorite one, not necessarily Reeves' favorite one, was the oh my gosh, what was her name? The hairy woman. It wasn't Steely Dan. It was the one that Harry fell in love with.
Oh, the madam from the shop.
Yeah. Forgot her name now.
I don't think I gave her an official name.
Yeah, I liked her just because she roasted Reeves so hard. It was funny. And just the fact that I couldn't have a javelin, she was charging like 2,000 gold pieces for it or something ridiculous. I like that. That was funny.
I really like doing things that annoy Reeve.
He's really easily annoyed because he's not necessarily the person that can take jokes.
Yeah.
He's just like it's just just sarcasm goes over his head. And also maybe me a little bit too. It's just reflective of my personality. I don't know. I'd have to like really think about my Reeves' favorite character.
I think we all know the
Yeah,
answer
we
to
all
that
know the
question.
answer.
it's not Steven.
Yes,
My
it is.
brother.
Oh. My brother.
My brother?
Yeah, that's our running joke.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't realize that was
you
a
didn't
joke.
realize that we do like every episode.
So it's when Ian was making fun of you because you wouldn't let me lie.
Uh-huh.
Like you wouldn't let Bijou lie
Oh,
to your brother.
yeah.
And so,
Yeah, you always
so
told me.
Ian was like mocking you and was like, but you were like, oh, my brother.
Yeah, you were like, he's my brother.
But I didn't say it like that.
My
Ian said it like that.
brother. And then Ian was like, my brother. So then anytime you do anything like vaguely like that, that's when we go, my brother. And now it's just a joke. Like,
I got it.
I really didn't know you weren't in on that
No,
joke.
I just didn't realize it was said like that. Like I didn't realize. I just thought,
Well, it's more like we're copying how Ian did it first.
yes. Now I understand. But my brother.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like we've really revealed things because I really didn't know you weren't in on that joke.
No, I guess it wasn't really funny to me. Like it just didn't really ring. like a joke? Again, sarcasm.
I think my favorite. There are two that I just think were really cool. Like as far as like the character design for NPCs, I really liked the halflings and the direction you went with them.
Oh yeah.
That was super like kind of unexpected in a fantasy setting, but
Yeah.
it really worked. And because you think about like here's a country where everyone's barefoot,
Yeah.
like it just worked really well.
And they were on an island, so
And I think the giants were really cool.
I think Kyle and Bile are probably Reeve's favorite.
Really?
Just from a
Like Reeve really likes them. the
like he didn't
most?
like them. He liked to hate them.
Oh.
It's just so easy.
I can't wait to kill them.
I can't wait to kill 'em. I'm glad they're here.
Which we haven't gotten to. We just reported them and had to leave.
Yeah. There's a lot of threads that we've
Just
not
abandoned.
picked up
Because
in
if
a
we
little while.
followed them all, it would just take forever.
Remember the guy, one-eyed, whatever his name was?
Oh, yeah, one-eyed
yeah.
Rodney.
That's not come back up again.
With that creepy amulet.
Yeah, I had so many plans for that.
Well, I feel like we failed checks or something and we just never really unearthed it. Like we were very curious about it, but there was like nothing we could do.
Yeah, you guys chickened out and didn't want to open the box
Yeah, that's really what happened.
because it had a curse on it.
Yep.
Well, like it was very clear that it had a curse on it. So why would we like you made it very clear like bad things will happen.
Yeah. Well,
So we wanted to avoid the bad things.
I don't know who my favorite is, and I don't know that Tatsuo has connected with any person like that. So maybe she likes the bat, I guess. I don't know.
the goofy one.
No. I don't know. She likes horses. She just is waiting.
Appaloozas.
Yeah, she's waiting for an Appaloosa. I don't know. Oh, Ralph. God, obviously. Sorry, duh. Okay, Ralph.
Oh yeah, Ralph. What happened to Ralph? I'm just kidding.
Oh god.
And then I don't know who my favorite is. I just don't know. There've been a few funny ones. Anytime there's like a weird little accent, I find that humorous.
I thought Tatsuo's favorite was the magic shop owner.
Oh yeah,
No.
I forgot about him.
No, he
The
ruined
little
it.
confetti that it is. Where does this come from?
He ruined it.
Like it's like in my beard or like.
Yeah, we should go back to Pride.
Nope. Nope.
Let's go back.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Well, any other thoughts you guys have? Any other things you want to get off your chest? Again, Ian's not here, so
We need to level up soon so I can finally be level 14 pretty.
Yeah.
Level 14, pretty.
yeah.
We fought a bullet, so we should be leveling up soon.
Yeah, I need
Not
to.
necessarily. There's just one.
I'm just making the case to the DM.
All right.
Yeah.
Did
We'll
we like you don't do this on experience. It's more
No.
milestones.
Yeah. It's also like when you guys are getting bored or when I get bored with your level. Let's try some new stuff.
That's kind of a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I did with my little club at school? I told them when everyone gets to level 7, we're going to pause the adventure and have a battle royale
Yeah.
just to see who's the most powerful.
I
Hey, what level are we on right now?
7.
7.
are you on 7?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know. I did not write
'cause
that
we were
down.
on level 6 for a while.
Okay.
Then we got to level 7.
I should probably
Alright.
have written it down.
So next level I can take another feat.
Uh
I think there is something cool that comes with that.
yeah. I think I don't even know like what like cuz I think level 20 will be too much it won't be relatable and enjoyable to
Right.
like
Oh yeah.
once you get up that high. But
There
I
was
don't know
like I was reading something about like the samurai fighter class and like
Yeah, you
combined
talked
with
about this
like
before.
the fighter and the samurai, they get like an insane amount of like actions to attack. Like they get an insane amount of attacks and an insane amount of advantages on the attacks. So it's just like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, but then you're also fighting stronger
Yeah,
things.
of course.
So
Of course. Yeah.
yeah. Can't wait to get to that dragon.
Oh, I never even put this down. I have Aura of Devotion. I didn't realize.
Oh.
Starting at 7th level, you and your friendly creatures within 10 feet can't be charmed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I have advantage against being charmed anyway, because
Well, now you have extra advantage.
well, now I don't even need advantage because I don't have to roll.
Oh, yeah. Just as long as I'm conscious.
Mhm.
Anyway, sorry, sidetracking.
All right, well, let's wrap this up and take a look at the next level and write it on our character sheets.
Writing things down frantically.
Thanks for listening to our little behind the scenes, guys. We will hopefully get a normal episode whenever we can all get in the same room together next week. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Shoulder.
Cats.
Radio.